The players themselves. You can't have it all. The Players Association are privately telling people that. You can't have it all. Tim just articulated that less than 2% of the players elected not to play. Well, guess what? You know what? If you at training camp or you got the season ongoing, you know where you can really, really be safe, Max? You agree to stay away from your family. Now, that's a hard call. That's a hard call. But if you were in the NFL facility and you were on lockdown with that and you didn't go to your family, then you wouldn't have to be worried about your family's welfare, would you? But obviously, that's not a sacrifice you want to make for very, very understandable reasons. As a result, the NFL is trying to work around your sacrifices because they recognize that they're not adroit here. They haven't done everything right. We understand that. But because it's mobile, everything is changing from day to day. We understand we have never dealt with this in our lifetime. This is the worst situation since 1918, for crying out loud. It's new to everybody. So if you understand that and you're receptive to that, then make the argument about that. Don't bring up some argument, oh, you know what? Well, it's like they own us and they don't care about us as human beings. While you want to get paid, you can stay home, but you're electing to play and get paid while complaining. Now, how much sense does that make? Doesn't make any sense. Doesn't make any sense.
It doesn't. And then the other aspect of it is that, you know, with the NBA, they can create a bubble. They've obviously did because of the size of their operation. The size of the operation for the National Football League, you can't create a bubble. There's too many people involved in each team's operation to create a bubble in one area. It doesn't exist. Like back when they used to do the rookie symposium, they would only invite, you know, draft picks because that was all they could kind of have under one roof to kind of keep them there. There's 32 teams with over 50, you know, players, plus the coaching staff, the support staffs, the film, the video, like there's just too many people. You can't do it. There aren't practice facilities. There aren't playing facilities. There aren't locker rooms. You don't have it. So what's your next best option? Your next best option is to try to keep each facility as safe as possible. And the stuff that I'm hearing from people that are at these facilities and the stuff that we have seen, it's kind of remarkable, the things that in the resources that are being put into, you know, keeping the players as safe as possible. Is it perfect? Absolutely not. This entire thing is not perfect. But, you know, to kind of be in this situation where you're calling out the owners as if they don't care about the well-being at all of the players, when the amount of resources being spent to try to make this as good as humanly possible, I think it takes some credibility away from OBJ. And look, in fairness to him, and I think we probably should point it out, is that he did make these comments prior to you know, some of these agreements and heading into training camp and seeing what life was like at the facilities. But listen, I know people, and they're like, look, it's amazing what is going on here in terms of what is happening to keep us kind of clear from the virus.
Couple things. Number one, understand, because I make my living in sports and am just a sports fan, as we all are, I am actually recklessly, in a way, pushing it, saying, you know what, yeah, they can try to play football. Any sane person would say, no, you should not be playing football right now. There are too many people involved. It's a tackle football. Talk about no social distancing. The whole point is to eliminate social distancing in football. And when you add support staff, too many people in one place. However, because I am a fan and make my living in the industry, and I am in this kind of insular bubble that we're all in, I think, no, you can do it. You can try to play football. I'm still saying that, even though I know it's probably not a great idea. But okay, let's try, right? Baseball cut its season almost in a third. Basketball had very little to go. And by the way, I still don't think they're going to finish the baseball season. Basketball had very little to go, and they created a bubble. You're right, Tim, because of the size of the operation, you just can't have one bubble. But maybe you can divvy up AFC teams and NFC teams and have 4 separate bubbles where you retest them when they have to go to the 2 different cities that you're holding each conference in. And as I said, you can do it over 10 weeks. You do 8 games. You do whatever that, you know, and then reset for the playoffs. You could have come up with a concept that at least gives you a puncher's chance. I do not think they did that. And so while you're right on the specifics of Odell, Stephen A., what I take it to mean, like what I take away from it, is that some players at least are looking at the NFL like, you're not serious about this. You're not serious about actually getting this done in a responsible way. Because, guys, what I'm suggesting also may not be responsible, but at least it's what can be done, I think.
Well, first of all, like I said earlier, speak for yourself. Call me insane all you want to. You damn right I think that they should be playing because I'm not thinking about the games. I'm thinking about the thousands upon thousands of people the game actually employs and the way it assists in stimulating an economy. Because guess what? I have said this religiously. You've known this, Max. People are not going to sit at home and wait for a check from the government. They don't expect it. They don't think it's going to happen. And they're not going to allow their quality of life to disintegrate before their very eyes. You know why the NFL is trying to conduct business as usual? To make money. You know why people want them to conduct business? Because they make money off the NFL. And that is the reality of the situation. And who's one of those people making money? Odell! He's one of the people making the money. So the point that I'm trying to make to you is this. That is going to happen. You play and get paid, or you elect not to get paid and don't play. And if you elect not to get paid and don't play, you don't have to show up. You're not endangering yourself. And that last time I checked, that is not people acting like they own you or anything. That is an employer offering you the opportunity to be an employee. You can take it or you can pass. That's what most people in the world are dealing with right now. That is the reality.
All around the world, what we've seen.
Period.
All around the world, what we've seen is that trying to reopen because of economic reasons before you can do it safely not only doesn't help you economically, you're no better off economically, but just many more people will get sick and die. That's what we've seen so far.